So this is rental car number 59. Now, last week I drove something a little bit slow. I drove the Mitsubishi Mirage with a total of 78 horsepower, but today we're going a little bit faster. Today we're driving the 2017 Chevrolet Camaro RS with a total of 335 horsepower. So this is a two-door coupe that MSRPs for around $29,000, which I think is a steal considering what this car looks like. It is gorgeous. Now, this RS came with a 3.6-liter V6 engine. It's an automatic with rear-wheel drive, and as I mentioned before, it kicks out 335 horsepower. You get 19 miles per gallon in the city, 29 on the highway with a 19-gallon fuel tank. Now, driving this car is pretty fun. You sit really low to the ground, it accelerates pretty decently for a V6, and the handling is really, really nice. My only major complaint is visibility. It is tough to see around this vehicle. You get small side view mirrors, you don't have a lot of visibility through the rear window, and the front windshield is pretty small. So it does take a little bit of a learning curve to learn how to operate this vehicle safely. But if you're renting or buying a car like this, I just can't imagine you're thinking about practicality. You're probably thinking about fun, and there's definitely plenty of that with the Camaro. So let's jump inside and take a look at all the other options that this thing has to offer. So the RS does come with keyless entry, so as long as you have that key fob in your pocket, you can press this little button and unlock the car. You'll notice that you sit very low to the ground, so getting in and out of the vehicle is a little bit difficult, but not impossible. This car came with a black interior with gray cloth seats, and they're actually pretty comfortable. And here's the key fob for the vehicle. 4 standard buttons on the front: lock, unlock, remote start, and the trunk access. On the back, you just get a nice Chevy logo. I like this key fob a lot. It has a nice weight to it, and it really feels like it's made out of quality materials. And the Camaro does come with push-button start. It's located right here to the right of the steering wheel. It's kind of strange that this is a square button. I don't think I've seen this lately in any of the vehicles I've been driving. The steering wheel for this car is nice and aggressive. It's wrapped in a very soft leather. You also get the 50th year logo right here on the bottom of the steering wheel. Here on the left, you'll find the cruise controls. I like that these are large buttons to make it easy to navigate. You also get these paddles right here to shift through your favorites in the entertainment features, along with paddles for the volume controls. They kind of operate just like this. Up above, you get some additional buttons that help you navigate through the menus in the digital display that's located right here in the center of the gauge cluster. The gauge cluster also has some nice sized dials, RPMs on the left, speedometer on the right, fuel on the top, and then a very sizable digital display right there in the center. It's got plenty of menus to navigate through, so you can keep tabs on all aspects of the vehicle. And then down and to the left of the steering wheel, you'll get your standard window controls, the mirror controls, and then shifting your gaze a little bit forward. You would see the memory seat buttons right here, but not on the RS. And then down below, way down here, that's where you'll find the trunk release. And then over to the right of the steering wheel, you'll see the center display. You get a very nice sized touchscreen with some pretty sharp and bright colors. I had no problems interacting with this. The menu structure is super simple, so I was able to find exactly what I was looking for, and I was able to hook up my phone via Bluetooth within just a matter of seconds. All in all, this is just a really nice center display. The touchscreen really is a pleasure to deal with. A little bit further down, you get your climate controls. These are a little bit different, but I actually kind of liked them. Standard buttons up top to control where the air is blowing from, along with a digital display to tell you how cold it's set at. You twist this vent right here to control the temperature of the car, and then you twist this vent right here to control the strength of the fan. These are actually placed not too far away from you, so they're easy to grab while you're driving, and I kind of like this. It's a little bit different, but overall it works pretty well. A little further back, you get the gear shift. Super comfortable. Slides through those gears without any problems. No issues here at all. And then behind the gear shift, you get a number of controls. And the first one I want to talk about is this mode button right here up top. When you hit this button, you can cycle through the 3 different settings for this vehicle. You have Tour, Sport, and then Snow and Ice. And I played around with this quite a bit while I was driving, and I gotta be honest, I could not tell the difference. But I guess it's still a fun feature to play with. And then a little further back, you do get the electronic parking brake. This works fine, and I guess it kind of fits with the premium feel of the Camaro. And then a little bit over to the right, you do get a DC power port right here. Not located in the best place, but it's nice to have. Now there is also a center armrest with a little bit of storage. It's located right here. I think you'll see. It's pretty small back there, but it's enough to get your cell phone or maybe a couple odds and ends. But anything that you can't fit in the center armrest can probably fit in the glove box because it is a fairly decent size. And then shifting your gaze up top, you do get a nice rear view mirror with some buttons on it to interact with OnStar and I guess 911 assist. Up top, you do get the controls for the sunroof, which is a nice feature on this one. It's not standard. It is an extra $900, but it's a pretty decent size. With sunroofs, I like to test how fast they open and close, so let's do this one real quick. That's actually not a bad speed. Any faster than that, it's probably going to be a safety hazard. But it opens pretty quickly and closes at the same speed. And although it's not super interesting, you do also get 2 small LED lights right up here to help light up the car. Alright, so let's close things out by taking a look at the trunk. I know you're not expecting a lot because this is a sports car, but I still think it's important to see what you get back here, because it's not much. So in total, you get 9 cubic feet back here, and that is pretty small. Now, it fit my stuff, but you're not going to be able to get much back here. Maybe a suitcase, 2 at most, if you're really lucky. Now, I know this isn't a fair comparison, but another fast car that I've driven lately is the Dodge Charger. Now, that one is a full-size 4-door sedan, and it had a ton of trunk space. It was also a little bit faster, but that's probably because it had a Hemi V8. But anyway, the Camaro comes with a tiny trunk. Just be aware of it before you buy or rent this vehicle. And I guess I can't really end this review without talking about the back seat. I'm not going to get back there because it's basically worthless, but just take a look here. There is literally no legroom. There's no way a person with legs could fit back here. It's also kind of annoying that when you grab on this little lever right here to fold the seat forward, the seat doesn't also slide forward, so you got to manually slide it forward to get back there. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. Really disappointing. But then again, this is a sports car. You're probably not going to have a lot of passengers. So in the end, it really doesn't matter that there's no space in the back seat or space in the trunk. What's important is that this is really fun to drive. And it's a ridiculously good-looking car. I mean, this is probably the sexiest car I've driven yet. I guess the only thing that comes close is probably the Dodge Challenger, but that kind of is more of a retro feel to it, so it might be a close tie. Anyway, I've talked about how this car drives. It's fast, it's fun, it handles extremely well. Just got about one little complaint, and that's acceleration. It's not great. The V6 is souped up, it's nice, it drives fast, but I wanted a V8 pretty bad. So, if you're going to rent or buy this vehicle, I strongly suggest that you maybe save up just a little bit more and go with the SS model so that you can get the V8 and really take the full advantage of the Camaro. Alright, so that's my 2 cents. After driving this one for 2 days, 160 miles, I'm going to give it 4 stars. Beautiful car, tons of fun to drive, great technology, really solid interior. But I can't give it 5 stars because it's just not as much fun as I wanted it to be. I really needed a V8 in this one. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end, and I hope you join me next time when I rent my 60th rental car. That'll be the 2017 Nissan Pathfinder. I'll see you then.